Okay, we want to begin a new topic where we are going to look at logarithms. If you look at the name logarithms, it can actually scare you, but don't fear. This is a very, very simple topic. Okay, so logarithms look like this. Shortcut, then you have a certain number here, another number, and another number. So you are going to be dealing with three numbers. So you want to know what these numbers stand for. When you know that, it will be easier for you to understand what you are dealing with. So this one is your base. This one is your power. And this one is the answer. Okay. So the way you are going to be saying is you are going to be saying log base A of B is equal to C. So that is how you are going to be saying. So you'll be saying log of base A of B is equal to C. That is how we'll be reading the bases. So once you've understood this, you are going to go to the second thing now. That is to change a base to an exponential expression to solve this. How can you solve this particular question? How can you evaluate this question? Now, if you've understood what we've done here, you are going to ask yourself to say, okay, I know this is the answer. I know this is the base. I know this is the power. So the question is, how many times should I multiply 2 for me to get a 4? So for me to get a 4, I'm going to multiply 2 times 2, which is going to give me a 4. So in short, I should multiply it 2 times, isn't it? So I can quickly say log of base 2 of 4 is equal to 2. Now if you look at the way I found the 2, I asked myself how many times can I multiply 2? So I did 2 times 2. It gave me 4, which was like 2 squared. So I picked this 2. It's the one which came here. No wonder I said the C is the power. Okay, so let's say we have log of 525. How would you solve that? You can just try it out. I'll give you a minute or so to just try it out. So what you are saying is you are asking yourself, how many times should I multiply 5 for me to get 25? It's simple, isn't it? It's 2 times 5 times 5 is equal to 25. So you are raising it, you are raising the 5 to the power 2. So this one will be equal to 2, because 5 to the power 2 is equal to 25. And then what we put here is the power. The C is the power, isn't it? Let's go to number 4. Log of base 2 is equal to 32. Of log base 2 of 32, what will be the answer? It's the same thing. We're asking ourselves, how many times should we multiply 2 for us to get a 32? So you are going to go ahead and multiply. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2, 32. So you are multiplying 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are multiplying 2 5 times. So since you are multiplying 2 5 times, we can simply say log base 2 of 32 is equal to 5. So that is how we deal with this logarithm. So I would like you to just think about what I have done. And always remember that when you have a log expression like this is the base, that is the power, and that is the answer. So let me wrap this so that maybe we can solve some equations. So I want us to solve some equations. But before we do that, I would like you to look at this, and then we want to turn it into an exponential expression, isn't it? So we have the base, we have the power, and we've got the answer. So this same thing here can be written as a, because this is the base, a to the power c is equal to b. Now I would like you to just see what I have done here. What I have done, I've taken this base and raised it to the power c, which was equal to b. So it's some form of like a circle, isn't it? I've done something like a circle. So this circle is what is going to help us to solve logarithm equations. Okay, so let us solve some equations. Let me have 1, 2, 3 equations. So let's say I've got log of base 2, 16 is equal to x. The other one is log of x 16 is equal to 2. The other one is log of 2x is equal to 16. Okay, so now the question is solve for x in all these logarithm problems. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We'll start with the first one. Now we know that this one is written like this: log 216 is equal to x. So now we are probably not going to be using a calculator, so we need to change this into an exponential expression. Now use the circle rule. Whether you are, where you are going to say 2 is going to be raised to that power, and then it will be equal to 16. So you are going to say this expression is the same as 2 to the power x. That is 2. You raise it to the power x will be equal to the answer, which is 16. Okay. Now when you reach at this point, it's easy to do because now you know that the bases should be the same. So you're going to say 2x is equal to, you want to equate the bases, isn't it? So for me to get 16, I'll raise it to what power? So 2 times 2, 4, times 2, 8, times 2, 16. So I'm going to raise it to the power 4. So I can then conclude that since the bases are the same, the base here is 2 and the base here is 2. So the bases are the same. So if the bases are the same, even the powers should be the same. So x will be equal to 4. So that is how you solve this particular equation. So if you've got any questions, inbox me, then I'll be able to respond to you. So if you've got any questions, just give me a WhatsApp message on this number, and then I'll be able to help you. Okay, now let us solve this one. So this one is log x 16 is equal to 2, isn't it? So you use the circle thing again. So the x will raise to the power 2, which should be equal to 16. So you are going to change this into an exponential expression. So you are going to have x to the power 2 is equal to 16. Right, so how do you solve for x there? So here what you do is, this x squared, you raise it to the power half. Why you are raising it to the power half is so that you can cancel the 2. Is equal to 16. The 16 you raise it as well to the power half. So the way mathematics works, if you've got two things like this here, whatever you do this side, if you can also do it the other side, the equation will still balance. Okay? Because it's like you have a scale like this here, isn't it? Here you have 2, here you have 2, so it has balance. So if I say plus 1 here, even here I should do plus 1, the equation, the scale will keep on balancing. So here I've done to the power half, and that other one to the power half, I will still get the same answer because the equation is still balancing. So my space is running out, so I'm just going to go on top here, where I'm going to write this one. So I've got x to the power squared, x to the power 2 is equal to 16 half. Okay, so this and this will cancel, so I'll remain with x. So how do I do 16 to the power half? So write 16, say, I want to write 16 in terms of 2 times. So it will be like 4 squared, isn't it? 4 times 4 is 16. So this one to the power half. Okay? So you can clearly see that these 2 and these 2 will cancel, so I'll remain with a 4. So x is equal to 4. You've seen that we are solving logarithm equation just by using this same rule. If you can just understand this simple rule which is here, isn't it? Now let's do the next one. The next equation is log of 2x is equal to 16. So you do the same thing. The base is going to push the power there, so it will be a to the power c. So I'm going to say 2 to the power 16 is equal to x. Now 2 to the power 16 is a very big number, so you just leave it here. No one is going to penalize you for leaving it there. Okay, so that is how we are going to flow with the introduction to logarithms. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to look at logarithm rules, the 5 rules. Once we've looked at the 5 rules, now we can begin to look at examination questions. That's all for now.